Mutalists for now. So no real economic damage done by either side. So the game is even at this point. But I think, honestly, White should be taking advantage. He is moving out with his Medic Marines. They are going to be intercepted by those Mutalists, but he's going to lose quite a few Medic Marines. He's going to run out, take way too many pot shots. The Wraith coming in far too late to help support. They're going to chase those Mutalists away. Let's see. Creep colonies being put down. What was that? I think that was the upper right-hand position. I assume most of those are for Sunkens, although one of those could definitely be for Spore colonies. Cloak coming in right now, so we're going to start up by trying to pick off this Overlord. Everlord goes down very quickly. Now the Mutalists are completely open to fire. They're going to fly back in defense positioning. A lot of them go down, but as soon as an Overlord comes to position with speed, the Wraiths are going to be pushed back, and one of them goes down as well, so there is going to be a little bit of an aerial battle. Sunken colonies upper right-hand position as the Medic Marines are moving in. The Wraiths are going to be coming in to support right away. Going to aim for the gas and then take on these Mutalists, but the Medic Marines are there as well. There's one Sunken coming down, more. Those two Sunken colonies, one more is on the way. Then start off should actually be able to take out this extractor if nothing else. But the Medic Marines and Wraiths really need to micro against those Mutalists. Mutalists don't really dare to come in and face the fire of both Stimmed Marines as well. They are going to try to take a shot off. Not quite sure whether they managed to pick something off or not. There's a Lurker in play as well. Should be scan. Extractor goes down. There should be scan in play fairly soon for White. As soon as the Lurker gets revealed, I'm not quite sure if he knows of those Lurkers or not. But with those Sunken, even with just those Sunken colonies in play, he's not going to be able to run in and do any serious amount of damage. There goes the Lurkers in play, so we're probably going to be seeing some scans also to give those Wraiths some range. More Wraiths going down, actually. White not being quite as careful with his Wraiths as he wants to be because Calm is still constantly reinforcing his Mutalist number. More control towers being added in. Oh, boy. I also saw a science facility, so we're going to see whether Light is actually... Okay, more racks is also adding. We can see Light actually thinking of converting to something a little bit more crazy, such as, I don't know, battle cruisers. Extractor trying to be built, but actually most likely going to be taken out before it does manage to do anything. Lone Marine sitting around, not managing to do anything at all. This Medic Marine's finally going to get cleaned up. The Extractor barely manages to get up, not going to get picked off. 3 Wraiths flying around. The Light really, I feel that he really didn't use those Wraiths nearly enough as he should have. He had an opportunity to do some damage with them, but he I think allowed himself a little bit to be scared off by those Mutalists. I really feel he should have gone for a drone line somewhere. Science vessels, never mind. What am I talking about? Battle cruisers. Science vessels are going to be produced from all of those now. Never mind the Wraith production. He's just going to skip over, go to standard M&Ms at this point. Very SK Tyranny. Not quite sure. He should have added a machine shop and gotten for some tanks alongside as well. So he's just going to now have to go for a more ground-based army. He is going to be facing Lurkers on the field. So with the Science Vessel, it's going to be absolutely critical. Mutalists flying in to meet them. Not quite sure how big a number that. We're going to see what actually... That is quite a large number of Mutalists. We're going to see what actually manages to get and radiate off on that. Still Lurkers over the field, and Calm thinking of adding more expansions in different positions. Does have at the lower left-hand position, I think that might be a drone waiting to take a base there. So if he manages to take a hidden base, it would be pretty good. Lurkers burying there. Marine spots it and loses his life just to give that information to his general. So you give your life for the country. Give your life, yes. More hatches being added in now, and Nidus Canal's coming up. It's alongside what I believe that was a second evolution chamber. So there are going to be some Zergas at the field. Irradiate, pretty decent Irradiate. Kills several Mutalists. Split coming in very late. Quite a few Mutalists lost. So nice Irradiate there with perfect timing. Those Mutalists are not going to be able to push back all those Marines now. There are still Spore colonies in play for 2 different bases, I believe, for Calm. But those Wraiths not really going to be coming into play. But they are, of course, going to... Well, as an added bonus, I guess they're going to be able to prevent eraser tricks if nothing else. Also add detection just in case someone goes for something funky. Calm going to go for the base at the upper right-hand position. The natural for that position, that's the 1230 position. Science was not coming up. There are Scourge in play. The Defiler's Den was down. I'm not quite sure whether I see a Defiler on the ground. Consume is definitely shouldn't quite be ready at this point yet. Light needs to be very careful. He wants to go in here. There aren't that many colonies, sunken colonies, but there is that Spore colony, which is always going to push those a little bit, push those sunken Science Vessels back. But all Lurkers in play as well, so he needs to move into the Science Vessels very closely because these Medic Marines are not going to be able to last against all of these Lurkers. Meanwhile, Light thinking of expanding at the 9 o'clock position. They're going to be in position to prevent that. Lurkers and quite a few Zerglings on the field to help us in ground positioning, and that 9 o'clock gets cancelled. Meanwhile, Light being forced to cancel it due to Mutalist's play. Yeah, just irradiating some of those Lurkers on the ground. Zerglings coming out just at least spot the positioning. And acting as a nice distraction for the Marine fire, so some Scourge can come in and pick off a Science Vessel. Still a few Wraiths on the field. Actually went in and pushed some of those Mutalists back. Not quite sure if they took that entire number of forces out or not. Light actually has quite a few forces down on the ground, but he's still on 2 bases, and Kamiya taking his 4th. really I feel White needs to do some sort of economic damage because he hasn't really done much. He did stop a third gas for a while, and that of course helps, but at the same time not really as much help. Losing all of his rates there due to an overlord and not managing to take his third really bad for him. He did take his mineral only, so that helps. That keeps him in the game. But the more he allows Calm to get his gas production up in the worst position eventually he's going to get. He's going to be able to stay on these bases for a little while, but Dark Storms are in play now. That Defiler is going to go down, but overall, oh, Light. Nice. Light with a beautiful job. Gets a lot of his crap plagued. A lot of his, yes, because Marines are crap now, but he's going to have to do some serious damage here. Shooting all over the place. Some hatchery is going to go down, but he really shouldn't be going for the production hatchery. Should be going for the hatchery. Never mind what I was talking about. Nice positioning, but that one single plague pretty much ruining it all for him. Going to go for another drop. This one with heavily plagued dropships. If a Muta gets even one shot off on those, he is doomed. But really should have done a lot more with that one single attack. Didn't really do much. Seemed to just blindly fire at everything. Is going to go for an attack at the upper right-hand position. There is a Nidus Canal there. Zerglings coming out right now. Cracklings also lurkers. And Mutas coming. These Medic Marines and dropships are all going to fall. And these Light losing forces everywhere. I think that might have been half of his army just used for those worthless drops. He really should get... He's focusing on simple SK Terran just so he doesn't have to focus on gas production for tanks, but not really helping him as well as he would have wanted to. Some Hydras on the field, irradiating all the lurkers everywhere so he can try to push in and do a little bit of damage. That upright position is a little bit more vulnerable. There aren't really that many troops there. If he moves in, he might be able to do some sort of damage. Mule now taking the 9 o'clock position yet again with a command center. Is going to move in Medic Marines at that up right-hand position. Going to be able to clear all those Zerglings. Lurkers are not even going to be allowed to burrow before they die. And I think that hatchery is going to be in some jeopardy. Should actually go down any second. Reinforcements coming in from the south for Calm, but Light is going to be able to clear that hatchery out. Is going to be able to take that expansion. Those sciences are also adding beautiful spot. It is going to continue radiating all those lurkers. Medic Marines are going to move up at least. Also additionally take out the extractor. I'm not quite sure if they're actually going to be able to move up the ramp. Their lurkers far too close. No, they're going to be forced to give their life. One single medic going to at least keep them alive for a little while. Sciences meanwhile moving out of position. And another command center to be put down for... But I assume to push up into his position. Losing science vessels and mutalisks here. Being caught by a large number. Losing 2 now. Finally running into the Medic Marines. And managing to raid it. Number Calm. Not splitting them at all. Oh god. Calm. Thank you. Wow. Not splitting his mutas at all. Getting them very heavily damaged. Calm's going to take his upper right hand natural. Light meanwhile took his 9 o'clock. I think he should be mining at this point. He's also readying to take the, what was that? We could call it the 12 o'clock position. There is that base there as well. He's going to float a command search towards that position, adding in more racks to continue production of ground forces. Moving out some lone Marines on the field. No medics to support. This is going to, okay, there you go. The medics come in right now. We're going to see what they actually try to do something. Dark Storm should be coming in right now, and the Marines are going to run back as soon as that happens. So that's what's up. Even more attacks coming in from Light. Still those Medic Marines just waiting there. I'm actually quite surprised that Calm kind of allowed himself to expand, but not really that large a number of the on the air. The Scourge coming in. One more Science Hustle falls victims. Full victims. But yeah. Meanwhile, Light just being prevented yet again at the nautical position. Not mentioning any forces out there at all. Not really